All right, we are back today. Beautiful day, and today I invited Tommy again
What's up,
because
everybody?
yeah, hey, hey, Tommy, how you doing, man?
Good, man. I'm just on the beach here in the
Ah,
beautiful lakeside
great.
with my
Just this
daughter,
summer
with my daughter
holiday.
Sienna.
Yeah.
Sienna,
Hey, that's his daughter, and my son is here too. Ah.
nice, beautiful.
We are multitasking with our kids. I love it, and we're out here in the life in the nature. So today I wanted to ask you just two questions because I know we have time. Why and
Okay.
how? Because I read the book yesterday. Start with why, as I've been covering before. This is episode three, which I did cover with Tommy quite a bit the last couple of months.
Hmm.
Um, and the thing is, I get to a point in the book where it says to run or to lead, because to run something today and build a community of greatness, as I say, you really have to find the right collaborators. And I wanted to ask you, do you have any point of view on that? And what would you say that was be most important for you, qualities wise? Still there? And we lost Tommy. Let's see if he gets back in. Typical. This is sick technology here. Here he is. He's coming back.
Yeah. Sorry. Some
All
something
right.
happened to my something's happened to my internet.
All right. That's cool.
Um, you wanted input on the collaborative elements of businesses. Is that
Yeah.
what you?
Yes. And how to run and how to lead an organization or a community that we are in the process of doing. Because I thought it was kind of spot on what we are creating at the moment, individually, but also together. So, how do you feel about that? And how do you think, or what is most important to you? And that's why I put why and how, because it's connected. But we need
So
both. Mm.
in the the false reputation of building a business, of not building a business with friends, uh, I find a little bit inexperienced. Meaning, when you are running a business with people that you don't know, like how are you supposed to um, be able to get to know each other, trust each other, and build something awesome? Upon what? Upon what?
Yeah.
And it actually makes me a little bit angry because people always say, "Oh, don't mix business with pleasure."
Oh
Right?
yeah,
Okay.
I heard that
Okay.
before.
Right. So
Exactly.
let's go and do that then. Let's just put that in perspective. Now you set up a business, a company name, and the thing, and your mission statement and your vision statement, and now we're gonna go and do business with strangers. Yes, you, the
Exactly.
CEO.
Thank you
You're
for
gonna
mentioning.
be the CEO. I don't know you from jack shit. You're gonna be the CEO, and you are gonna be the general manager. What's your name again? Great. That's what that's gonna look like. Don't tell me the amount of time, don't ask me the amount of times that I've seen businesses collapse on their ass because somebody didn't know the other person, the 50-50%, whatever, and
Yeah.
then being pulled the rug from underneath them. That
Mm.
happens more than the other way. Like
Mm.
ultimately what you want is somebody familiar that you can trust, they can trust you, you're familiar to them, you know each other's pain points, you know each other's strong points, you know each other's hard skills, soft skills,
Mm.
purpose, personality,
Ah.
and from that, from upon that, you can build something,
Yeah.
right? Within our company now, the one that you and I are working on, Heart Vision,
Mm.
um, it's going to be the similarly built as your company. I
Mm.
say your company because of um, Dream Big Artist. It's going to it's going to be built upon trust, know, like, and they have a solution too to bring to the table. Right?
Yeah.
There's no point if you don't know those things. If you don't like them, if you don't know them, if you don't trust them, and if they're even qualified to do the job, a
Yeah.
job, whichever job. So don't mix pleasure with business, business with pleasure. I mean, that's like, it doesn't even work in a normal 9 to 5 setting. Because why doesn't it work? Because you go into a job and you're surrounded suddenly by these 10 people
Yeah.
every day. You're gonna have a coffee break. Oh, John, Sarah, Bob, Peter. Oh, you got 2 kids. Oh, wonderful. Hey, what do you do on Friday night? Should we go for drinks? No, because we're not supposed to.
Exactly.
We're not supposed to mix
Yeah.
antiquated bullshit. And I think it's more of a tactic to keep people in their lanes, to
Yeah.
not to socialize with their people, so that they can actually build something awesome like we are building.
Yeah. Been there, done that. I've been in
Yeah,
office work for 20 years plus something, apart from being an actor on the free time. And having those two careers is really good for me today because I can see all the aspects of what is wrong, but also what is good about it. Because what you just said was the most important was the after work beers that we have in Denmark in our culture. Again, come culture
yeah,
in, which we talked about previously. Community and
sure.
culture go together, and that's a how and why. And why and companies are desperate to build culture today. I see that. And it's
It
like
is a different time.
and great
It is a
company.
different time now.
Yeah, it is. But they're desperate of it because they see that people are quitting, coming, going in 1 year, 2 years, where they used to stay 5, 10 years. But now it's not like that because people are want to have the relationships from the job as well. Because what's
Yeah,
the point to have colleagues if you can't be on the free time with
no,
them after work, which is where the real
and
talk about the company and the job actually. What do you think
yeah,
about
yeah, 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 yeah. Like the other day, I'm at the school. This is before we went on holiday. I'm actually on the beach now. We're actually sort of on holiday. This is like around the corner from my house,
it? Oh, cool.
um,
Lucky
and
you.
we're just kind of chilling. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. It's that's the magic of learning how to do everything in 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
But anyway, I won't go into that. But one of the mothers says, okay, can you look after my dog? Yeah, sure, no problem. How long for? Sure, for a week. Okay, yeah, no problem. Would you guys like to come over for dinner? Like, yeah, sure. So,
Okay.
like a 9 to 5er, that's not supposed to be, or allegedly needing, that believes that not to mix business with pleasure, is now asking if we can look after the dog, if we can hang out for dinner, if the kids can go and hang out and maybe have an overnight and all this stuff. And you're like, no, but like we're supposed to keep it professional, no?
Yeah.
Is that not what's the deal? Anyway, enough about that, I think. But if you want to build something awesome, there's got to be that longevity, familiarity, I
Mm.
think, at the forefront.
Yeah.
Like, because the way I see it, if you're going to go into battle with these people, you got to know if they've got your back or not,
Exactly.
and they've got to know that you've got their back as well. If anything goes wrong, you got their back. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, um, I love it. I love doing business with friends and people um, and like at the moment, um, I'm earning my money with affiliate marketing, right? And it's going very well. the The reason why it's going very well is because I'm excited about laying connections and um, making more connections and more relationship with people, like long term. You don't know who you're gonna meet. If you're
Mm.
constantly like, oh, he's a stranger, don't talk to him. It's like,
Mm.
yeah, but we were strangers once too, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we were once also like in that. Like, should we not have spoken to each other because we're strangers, or should we just hang out? It feels like your grass is finishing on my screen on where my grass is starting. There
That's
you
really. We are in
go.
Sweden, just next to each other, not far away.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like right over there.
You have the
There.
same as us. We have almost the same sky. Look at
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a bit cloudier today, which is great.
that. And the other
My
part that's yeah, exactly. It's really good that you mentioned this. Of course, in the book, he says this, Simon Sinek, because I'm really inspired by this book and I'm like detailed. But some things stand out. Like today, I just have to cover this point because I'm almost finished with the book. So, and we are in the process of running a company or a community and leading it. And two very different things because anybody can run a company. The can have a manager position, but they can give a fuck all about the employees, right? As long as they get paid. But to lead a company and lead people, that requires common respect. And some people, real leaders like me and you, probably did a lot of volunteer work. We led people for free. We didn't take a dime for it because we are
Yeah.
inspired by leadership. And that's also what I see in the in the business market and most jobs I had in house on site. Many companies, the only ones that stand out is where the leader on the top, like Michael Dell, or they are just they had a vision and they are not going to deviate from that vision, and they try to get that through all the nations, all the countries he opens a branch. That is a difficult task, but he's talking about
Yeah.
that. How is you build $1 billion company or $1 million company? I mean, I would stop at $1 million. It's already difficult at a hundred
Well, it
thousand.
depends. Like if you're really in it to help people long term on a on a grander scale, like Steve Jobs, for example, wanted to have like internet access for all people or something like that. Um, that's like a huge vision that
Yeah,
man had, and the company still has, because it
yeah,
still holds true to that vision in
yeah,
today's market.
yeah,
But the beautiful thing is that you have your, as it states in the book as well, you have your 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 why person, right?
yeah,
So you have the visionaire, so to speak,
yeah,
and then you have your how person, which
mm,
is kind of the first person underneath, if it were to be like that, which is actually next to.
yeah. I could elaborate.
Um,
Go
yeah,
for it.
the the one that's actually gonna um, execute
Okay.
the business starting from from scratch. And I think that's a beautiful collaboration, just like so many greats, right?
Yeah.
um, and then uh, I, I see companies like that, especially Apple, more not really like a company, but more like a brand, because
That's yeah. That's the
whenever I see an Apple phone, whenever I see an Apple product, Mac, MacBooks or whatever, computers or phones, I think about Steve. I think
yeah.
about both Steves. Steve,
Yeah. It
Steve Jobs and
was like
the
yeah.
how Steve. I think about those guys. I don't think about anything other than the brand, and that excites me even more than just building a company that provides a service or a product. That's a bit boring to me because of my own personality. I find that personal branding is more my kind of thing. Like, you could do your faceless accounts and your faceless business and stuff like that. But for
Mm,
me, it's about building those relationships. It's always been like that for me. So yeah, you have to
yeah.
choose between if it is a product based only, or if it's actually going to have your face on it in a way. You
Yeah.
know, like if you've got like an insurance company, Geico, for example, in the States, there's like an insurance company like that. Their 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 branding is kind of clever because it's a it's a lizard,
Uh-huh.
and in the ads, this lizard lives. It's a living lizard. Nobody knows what's behind that company actually,
Mm,
and so the brand, the brand is, or the brand image is that lizard. It's really clever. It's still faceless, but you
uh-huh.
still have the connection that whenever you see that lizard standing somewhere on an ad, or it's like, oh yeah, you'll never. I think it's so genius, but that's because they chose
Very
to
important.
be a company with a brand instead
Yeah.
of just a company.
But that's what you just pointed out, like the mystery. And I was also taught that in acting class and writing a script. Like if you start off hard with the intro or the first and make it mysterious in some way, what's his backstory or what the character? You can do that with logos, right? And he just did that. You just explained, right?
It's so
Apple.
clever.
What is the Apple company? Are they selling apples, right? But no, he just fucked you over, and he's selling
Right,
smartphones and IT and shit, right?
right,
And
right, right. Did you
now
know?
you can compare all these logos, right? But I mean, I know which one stands out for me, and you already said it, right? This kind of thing makes me interesting when I drive around. I've been a driver for years as well. Driving around the cities, I've driven Copenhagen. what is that logo there? And they don't say any name on it. I get really intrigued. I said, that's genius. Then
I
I
like
find out
that.
that's something completely other than I thought.
Other
And
than what you thought. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
But I think long term wise, you need to find some really good collaborators, people
yeah.
who share your values, the core values of your unnegotiables. Like you have to um, have a lot of similarities and familiarities in your values, right? And you see that happening every time that a company breaks apart,
Mm.
or that where two people decide to go their own ways, is because for one reason or the other, some of the values did not align. I can point you out.
Mm.
My core values are community, heart-centered leadership,
Me too.
uh, compassion,
Wow.
joy, and candor. And I think candor is something that's very much overlooked in
Candor.
core values. Yeah, candor, like clarity and see-through and
Oh yeah.
transparency and being
Transparency.
honest. Yeah, those kind of things is very, very important because, well, just knowing those for you or for your viewers, it's really important to acknowledge that and to get to the core of your core values, so that you can acknowledge when you're meeting certain people who you want to be with and who you don't want to be with. Because if you're going to be stuck with these people, let's say 12 hours a day, you better have similar values. Otherwise, you're just going to like start throwing rocks at each other, like my daughter is doing at the ducks right now.
That's beautiful. All right. Yeah, that's
Um,
true. Spot on
so
there.
I think that's like, if there's somebody here with an intention of setting something up and collaborating, then the first
Exactly.
thing I would do is figure out what my core values are, and the purpose. Like, what is your purpose? What is your long-term purpose in life? What does that look like? You know, because then you can collaborate with people who are similar, who have a similar vision for the world.
Yeah.
That's the
True.
reason why you and I. That's the reason why you and I
Yeah.
uh,
How we
clicked
met.
so well.
Yeah, and how we started talking, and then we found out you just checked off the same things on the list apart from candor, but then you say transparency. So that's kind of what I'm doing now also. I mean, we just use different words, but basically they are the same core values you say, but ultimately
Yeah, 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 yeah.
the
If
real want to.
if I'm just gonna agree with everything you say, and we're just gonna let it go up, let it like hand it over to fate,
Yeah,
then you know,
we just wing
no.
it. I heard that below. I heard that a lot.
And
Just,
yeah, and also candor, like
yeah.
I will kick your ass if I see something that is not right, and you do the same for me. That's like brotherhood, brother and sisterhood, man. That's got to be like part of the business. So
Yeah. So having the
yeah,
guts to tell your best friend or your wife or whatever, like, I feel this person is off, or this collaboration you have is off with this person, and you're going against your core values, which I heard a lot from loved
yeah,
ones. That is a very important skill or something to be aware of, and that's really helped me this last couple of years, I would say, to pick the
right,
right path. So thank you for coming
yeah.
on. I know you're limited for time, so thank you for sharing those thoughts. I will.
That's right. The sun is out. It's a beautiful day here, man. Wow, we're so lucky to be able to do what we do. If anybody is wondering about like what these guys are doing in the online space right now, just DM us,
Yeah,
DM Rasmus. Our goal right now with our current business is to focus and get to as much time freedom as possible by running the business with precision, and focus, so that you can have more time for the things that you want to do, like being here with my daughter, for example, or you there with your son and with your family and travel and all those things. So I just wanted to say that even if you're in a 9 to 5 right now that you're not happy with, and you're looking for a way out of something, and like a system that is actually already set up for you, and wanting to be alleviated, or set free from that
yeah.
that
Balance
light.
balance out. We call
Yeah,
it
then
leverage in Tony Robbins' world.
Leveraging.
Leverage.
Exactly. Yeah,
With the-
leveraging your time instead of selling your time for money, and just do a few hours a day and just crush it and just make a bunch of money too
Mm.
while you're doing it.
And as you found out recently, I will mention that because Tommy just uh, the other week, so I'm very proud of you. You posted a video.
Sorry, you broke up there. Did you say what you said?
No, I mean you shared something with me that something that was supposed to take you 2 hours, you actually did 1 hour.
Yeah,
And I think that's something that to be very aware of. Once you get to a certain point, your vibration is really high, and you know exactly what you're going for in life. You'll be able to do things much faster. And I'm also doing it now, and it's
yeah.
beautiful. And it doesn't
It's
need to
very
take time, but it's really important that 90% of that is having the right mentors. And Tom and me, we are striving to be that.
Yep, exactly. That's for the betterment of the world as well. Like the long-term vision is to be instrumental to the betterment of the world. I know
Yeah.
many people say that and they think it's la di da, or they listen to it and they think, what do you care? But
Uh,
um, those are the people who I try to avoid because it's like, what can I find there? Probably nothing. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, choosing the people who you want to surround yourself with and choose them wisely. Don't get dragged into things that you don't want, or stop getting dragged into things that you don't want in life anymore. It's time. It's time, man. This
it is.
is the time. This is the time to look out into the open and choose the life that you want ultimately.
And why should we be locked in an office when we can have this world in front of us and do a live talk about our business, our livelihood,
True
our
talk.
at that
That's
middle?
true talk. And many people are crushing it in 6 months time. They go to six figures with just implementing what it is that they need to do. So yeah, again, um, choose time freedom, financial freedom, geographical freedom, whatever, personal freedom,
Hmm.
and just go for it, man. Just go for it. That's what I would say. Whether it's building a business, building a company, building a brand, or joining a program that can educate you on it. All
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna go and say goodbye from my ducks over here.
See you, ducks. Thank you for
See
coming
you,
on.
ducks.
Thank you,
Hold on.
brother. And
See if I can get closer to this
because
guy.
because I really needed to share that with you.
Huh?
Thank you for sharing those thoughts about this point because it's really important
Yeah,
for people to hear this actually. So
yeah. We just have to get out of our comfort a little bit.
comfort zone.
You know, success lies outside of our comfort for the ones who are actually wanting to crush it. Um, Success is also simple happiness and doing a 9 to 5, coming home to your family and doing it all tomorrow, doing it all again tomorrow. That's also success, if that's what makes you happy. So there's
Yeah.
no pressure there.
Hmm. Exactly.
But you know, living life purposefully with a big vision like what we have, which is
Hmm.
like very philanthropic, with a very philanthropic purpose. Um, you do have to get a little bit out of your comfort zone, to learn things and to build that company or brand that you desire to have.
Yes.
All right, hey, my good people, I'm gonna go.
Yes. Thank you for coming on, man. Means a lot.
Anytime, man.
And have
Thanks,
a
everybody. If you got
joyous.
any questions, any more questions, drop them in
Yes.
the comments. Speak soon. Bye.
Bye. And there we have Tommy, and I'm just with my son here, so I'm also occupied. Max, Papa is gonna come back, okay? I'm just gonna swing you because he loves swinging. I just want to say thank you to Tommy. He has a great insight in other things because he has built online business for a long time. So yes, I'm coming back, my son. Vänta lite. So as you can see, it's holiday season, so we have to keep up our life regardlessly, and planning our day with the family in mind always. So I will say thank you for this. But the chapter in the book is actually called "To Run or to Lead," so it's a really important to cover. So have a great day and enjoy your summer, everyone. And thank you for checking in, watching my replay. And remember, always dream big.